Hello dear students, myself Dr. Rajiv, Head Department of English. I extend a warm welcome to all of you. As today we are going to talk about the syllabus of my paper, Indian Literature in English. Before I start with the syllabus of this paper, I would like to bring into your notice that actually there are two papers of English that you have to face with in this second year. Out of these two papers, paper number second that I deal with has the title Indian Literature in English, and the third paper, which actually deals by Dr. Mari sir, and the name of his paper is American Literature. So now we will be talking about the syllabus of my paper, that is Indian Literature in English, paper number 2. Before we talk about the actual syllabus of this paper, we will be talking about the objectives of this course, objectives of this paper. The paper status of this paper, or the syllabus status of this paper, have set some kinds of the objectives, and they are like this. The first objective is to introduce learners to the uniqueness of Indian literature in English. The second objective is to acquaint learners to the pluralistic dimensions of Indian literature in English. The third one is to help them understand the different genres of Indian literature in English. The fourth one is to familiarize learners with different perspectives of approaching this literature. And the fifth and the last one is to make learners aware of prominent Indian writers in English. So these are some of the objectives that are set by the syllabus status, which generally focuses on the learners' understanding of Indian literature in English, written originally in English and translated from other vernacular languages to English. Now we will be talking about the first unit of our paper. Actually there are 3 units, and the first unit is our the non-fictional writing in India, and it is also called as the essays, Indian non-fiction in English. From this unit we have 4 essayists. The first essayist is Meenakshi Mukherjee. She is one of the leading essayists of India, and her one of the essays has been prescribed here in our syllabus, and the title of her essay is The Anxiety of Indianness. Now we have a second essayist whose name is Urvashi Butalia. Once again a second female essayist that we have here, and the title of her essay is Memory. The third essayist is K. Sachidanandan, and the title of his essay, That Third Space Interrogating the Diasporic Paradigm. The fourth and the last essayist that we have here in our syllabus, and the name of his is Jasbir Jain, and the name of Jasbir Jain's essay is Prologue. So there are totally 4 essays are prescribed in our syllabus, and we will be dealing with these essays in the forthcoming time. Now I am turning towards the next part of our syllabus, that is the second unit. And this second unit is basically focused on the novel section of the literature. This is one of the major genres of literature. So we will be talking about the fiction writing in India, especially uh, those Indian writers who are writing novel in English, or some of the novels which are originally written in any vernacular languages of India and later on translated in English by some translators. So here in this section we have the first novelist whose name is Anita Desai, and her famous novel, that is Fasting Feasting, is the part of our syllabus. And there is an internal option to Anita Desai in the form of Saradindu Bandyopadhyay's novel The Quills of the Porcupine. So we have an option. We can go either with Anita Desai or with Saradindu Bandyopadhyay. So both the novels are very interesting and quite thought-provoking, and we will be dealing with one of them. Now I am turning towards the next part of our syllabus, that is the third unit, and this third unit is pertaining with the short stories. Here too there are 4 short story writers. The first short story writer is Bhisham Sohani, and his famous short story named as Pali is the part of our syllabus, and this is an interesting short story written on the backdrop of India-Pakistan partition, and very heart-rendering, interesting, absorbing kind of a story is written by Bhisham Sahani. When we will talk about the short story, it will take us into the past ages. I mean to say that at the time of the partition, how our country was being divided in 2-3 different parts, and they were stand against of each other. So an interesting short story is the part of our syllabus, and we will be talking about that short story in the forthcoming time. Now the second short story writer, whose name is Vilas Sarang, and the title of his short story is A Revolt of Gods. Vilas Sarang, which actually belongs to Maharashtra, and he is one of the famous writers of Maharashtra and of course India. And this short story of Vilas Sarang is quite interesting to see how the aesthetic value of the religion and culture, the God and religion, is percolated in his short story. It will be quite interesting to see how Vilas Sarang is looking at all these things of God, religion and culture. So on the backdrop of Ganesh festival, this story is being written by Vilas Sarang. So we will also be talking about this story in the forthcoming time. Now the third short story writer that we have here is Geeta Hariharan, and the title of her short story is The Remains of the Feast. Actually this short story is quite interesting to see how women are being treated from centuries together in our country, India. And from a feministic point of view, she has composed this short story, and it is also a very absorbing, heart-rendering story that we have with us, that is written by Geeta Hariharan. Now I am turning towards the next and the last short story writer, whose name is Shashi Deshpande. You may be knowing about the name of Shashi Deshpande because she is from Maharashtra, and she has written many more short stories on the backdrop of Maharashtrian culture, Maharashtrian language, Maharashtrian people, and all of that things which are related with Maharashtra. So one of our short stories is the part of our syllabus whose title is The Awakening. And from this short story, Shashi Deshpande is focusing on how the career of the girls or the women is totally destroyed by the patriarchy of our country, or patriarchal mindset has crumbled down all kinds of the hopes and the wishes of the girls and the women of our country. So this one is an interesting story that is written by Shashi Deshpande. So dear friends, in the first unit we have some essays. In the second unit we have some novels. In the third unit we have some short stories. So overall it shows that from this paper the syllabus editors have focused on the fictional and non-fictional writing of India, how it has been shaped throughout the years together, and how it has created its own aura in the world of literature. So we will be talking about all these things in the forthcoming time. As today I am talking about this syllabus only on the basis of introduction. I mean to say that it is simply an introduction to you what kind of syllabus that we have with us for this third semester of SYBA, especially of my paper, that is Indian Literature in English. Now at the last of this presentation I will be talking about the evaluation pattern, that is assessment pattern, how these parts of the syllabus will be tested by the end of this semester. So third semester end examination is of 100 marks, and it has the duration of 3 years. So for this 100 marks we have to answer the 5 questions, and the pattern of that questions is given like here. The question number 1 is of 2 types. First 2 questions, I mean basically question number first has 3 internal options. First 2 internal options are of essay type, broad questions, and the third internal option is of short note type. So students have to either go with the first essay type question, or the second essay type question, or the third short note type question. But remember, in third essay type, I mean to say that the third short note type question, there will be almost 4 short notes, and out of that 4 short notes you have to answer any 2. Okay, so this question will be on the first unit, that is on essays, and it will be tested for 20 marks. Okay, now the second question is totally of essay type. There will be 2 essay type questions, and you are supposed to answer any one of them, and this question will be on unit number 2, and we know that unit number 2 is on the novel writing. Okay, so the questions will be either asked down the first novel, that is Saradindu Bandopadhyay's The Quills of the Porcupine, or the questions will be asked down the next novelist, that is Anita Desai, and her fasting feasting novel. Okay, so you either answer the question on Anita Desai's fasting feasting, or on the Saradindu Bandopadhyay's The Quills of the Porcupine. Okay, not both of them, only one. You have to answer a single question on from either Saradindu Bandopadhyay's The Quills of the Porcupine or Anita Desai's Fasting Festing, and it will also be of 20 marks. The third question is once again an essay type. Here too there will be two essay type questions which are providing an internal option to each other, and this question will be on unit number 3, and we know that unit number 3 is on short stories, so you have to answer one question on short stories and it will be tested for 20 marks. Now question number 4 is of short note type, and this will be asked on unit number 2, that is once again on novel. There will be 4 short notes and you have to answer any 2 short notes from the novel section, and it will be tested for 20 marks. Okay, now we are turning towards the fifth and the last question, that is question number 5, and it is once again a short note type question, and it will be asked around unit number 3. There will be almost 4 short notes, and out of that 4 short notes you have to answer any 2 short notes. So unit number 3 is on short notes, short stories, and there will be 4 short notes on short stories, and you have to answer 2 short notes on the short stories. So this is a total 100 marks testing pattern or examination is or will be at the end of this semester, third semester. Okay, so dear students, I hope that you could have figured out what kind of the syllabus that you have to face with in the forthcoming time up to the end of this third semester, and how you are going to prepare for that, how you are going to create an interest in Indian literature by studying literary men from our own culture, from our own language, from our own country. Okay, so I hope that it will be quite interesting for you to listen, to study this paper. So thanks a lot for your patience listening. I'm going to stop over here, and we will be seeing soon with a second section. Okay, thank you.